Hello, Christchurch. Today I've chosen a book from a poet who comes from Iran. I thought about maybe sharing a book with you from around the world where we can't get out and about. We can explore our horizons and travel through the power of books. So you have to give my pronunciation. I think you pronounce the name as Ahmadreza Ahmadi. That's the poet and the writer of this particular story. And Ehsan Abdollahi is the illustrator. Very cool illustrations indeed. Okay, so the book is called When I Coloured the World. My mum gave me a box of crayons for colouring and an eraser to rub things out. So guess what I did? I rubbed out the word desert and I wrote the word roses. Roses red. With my red crayon, I made roses grow all over the world, and I gave the world red. Beautiful. Darkness. I rubbed out the word darkness and I wrote the word light with my yellow crayon. Light, yellow. With my yellow crayon, I made lights come on all over the world. I gave the world yellow. Boredom. I rubbed out the word boredom. I got my blue crayon and I wrote plain. Plain sky blue. All over the world, people played. I gave the world sky blue. Drought. I rubbed out the word drought. I wrote rain with my silver crayon. Rain, silver. I made it rain all over the world and everyone had to put up umbrellas. I gave the world silver. Hunger. I rubbed out the word hunger. I wrote wheat with my green crayon. Green wheat. I made wheat grow in fields all over the world. I gave the world green. War. I rubbed out that word war. It got my sky blue crayon and I wrote peace with it. Light blue, peace. All over the world, news came from radios saying that all the wars had stopped. After that news, the radios played such lovely music that flowers bloomed in empty vases. I gave the light blue to the world. Winter. I rubbed out the word winter. I used my orange crayon to write spring. Orange, spring. All over the world, snow melted. Primroses and violets and orange blossom flowered, so that children could sleep with a lovely flowery scent all around them. I gave the world orange. Noise. I rubbed out the word noise. I wrote song with my dark blue crayon. Dark blue, song. All over the world, my song made children so happy that they danced. I gave the world dark blue. Crying. I rubbed out the word crying and instead I wrote laughter with my purple pencil. Purple, laughter. Now all over the world, mothers danced and laughed with their children. I gave the world purple. Storm. I rubbed out that word storm. In its place, I wrote breeze with my violet pencil. Violet breeze. Around the world, people opened their doors. They went outside to chat to each other in the sunny breeze. I gave the world violet. Illness. I rubbed out the word illness. I got my pink crayon and I wrote health instead. Pink, health. All over the world, people who had been ill were suddenly well. They ran with their friends and were happy. I gave the world pink. Old age. I rubbed out the words old and age. And instead, I used my orange pencil to write people. Orange people. All over the world, nobody minded at all whether somebody else was old or young. They were just interested in each other. Flood. I rubbed out the word flood. I rubbed out the word flood. Instead, I wrote drizzle with my silver crayon, just as I'd used it to write rain. Silver drizzle. Around the world, harvests were saved. Despair. I rubbed out despair. I wrote hope with my yellow crayon. Yellow hope. All over the world, children smiled. They ran into the fields and up the hills, looking at the beautiful new life growing all around. I gave the world hope. So think of a time, okay, perhaps when something upset you and what you would do if you could make a change to that thing that upsets you. Perhaps think about how you want to go out into the world and how you might change it and how you might color it. Maybe you could do a lovely picture inspired by some of the ideas in this book. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it and perhaps found a new poet and a new author to follow. Anyway, all the best, everybody, and I hope you're well and safe.